Good day, learners. Our subject for today is Mathematics 5 for Quarter 4, Week 6. And our topic is Presentation and Interpretation of Data in a Line Graph with Problem Solving. For the most essential learning competencies, after going through this lesson, you are expected to first, organizes data in tabular form and present them in a line graph. Interprets data presented in different kinds of line graphs, single to double line graph. Solves routine and non-routine problems using data presented in a line graph. And draws inferences based on data presented in a line graph. For the introduction, data gathered and organized can be presented in tabular form. For a clearer presentation, it can be presented in a graph. One of these is line graph. The line graph has a vertical line called y-axis, which contains the first variable in the collected data. As we go off through the y-axis, increasing values must be presented. It may represent almost any type of numerical data such as pesos, scores, number of people, temperature, grades, etc. On the other hand, the horizontal line called x-axis in the line graph contains the second variable that relates to the first variable in the collected data. As we go to the right in the x-axis, time periods or names of things being compared are enumerated. Example. Let us try to solve the following examples. Karine recorded her daily expenses in school for a week. She spent 25 pesos on Monday, 30 pesos on Tuesday, 10 pesos on Wednesday, 60 pesos on Thursday, and 35 pesos on Friday. Let us organize the data in a tabular form and present them in a line graph. Fill up the table with the correct data. So this is the data of Karin's daily expenses in school. So we have the day, Monday to Friday, and the expenses in peso from Monday to Friday, which are 25 pesos on Monday, Tuesday 30 pesos, Wednesday 10 pesos, Thursday 60 pesos, and Friday 35 pesos. And the procedure in constructing line graph. So first, draw the lines for x-axis and y-axis. So this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Next, label the x-axis with the days following the proper order from Monday to Friday. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. For number 3, for the expenses, with 10 as an interval, label the y-axis from 0 to 70 in increasing order as you go up. So we have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70, and plot the points that correspond to the days and expenses. So we have on Monday, 25 pesos, that is between 20 and 30. Then we have 30 on Tuesday, 10 pesos on Wednesday, 60 pesos on Thursday, and 35 pesos on Friday. For number 5, connect the dots by a line segment. So we have 20 to 30, and then 30 to 10, then 10 to 60, and then 60 to 35. and put a title for the line graph. So the title of this is Karin's Daily Expenses in School. Meanwhile, Karin's sister Carla also had recorded her daily expenses, and you will see it on the table below. So here is the table. So you have the days, Karin and Carla. So for Monday, Karin recorded her expenses as 25, Carla got 20. Tuesday, Karin 30, Carla 25. Wednesday, Karin 30, and then Carla 15. Thursday, Karin 60, then Carla 50. And then Friday, Karin is 35, and then Carla 30. So for example number 2, draw a line graph for the given data above. So here is a procedure in constructing a double line graph. So first, draw the lines for the x-axis and y-axis. So here is the x-axis. And then for the y-axis. Okay. So for number 2, label the x-axis with the days following the order from Monday to Friday. So these are the days. Then for number 3, for the expenses with 10 as an interval, label the y-axis from 0 to 70 in increasing order as you go up. So we have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 70. So we label them as the amount in peso. So for number 4, plot the points that corresponds to Karin and Carla's daily expenses and draw a new line segment. So we will plot the points that corresponds to Karin first. So we have 25, 30, 10, 60, and then 35. That is for Karin. Then next we have, for Carla, we have 20, then 25, 15, 50, and then 30. So connect the dots by a line segment. So let us first connect the expenses of Karin. And then next, let us connect the expenses of Carla. Then in addition, there must be a legend as to which line segment belongs to Karin and Carla for proper identification. So this is the legend for Karin. So the line segment is black. And then for Carla, we have blue. And then for number 6, put a title for the graph. So the title of the graph is Karin and Carla's daily expenses in school. Now, a line graph is a visual comparison of how two variables shown on the x and y axis are related or varies with each other. It is useful in displaying data or information that changes continuously over time. And the points on the line graph are connected by a line. 5 parts of the line graph must be present in the graph to be complete. So first, we have the title. Second is the scale. Third is the label. 4 is points. And 5 is line. For example, number 3, below is an example of a line graph. Study its parts and answer some of the questions below. So this is a line graph about Gatid Elementary School K-3 enrollment 2019. So as you can see, the enrollment is from 0 up to 200, and then we have grade level from kindergarten to grade 3. So the first question is, what is the title of the line graph? So this is entitled Gatid Elementary School K-3 Enrollment 2019. And then what information is placed among or along the vertical axis and on the horizontal axis? So on the vertical axis, we have the enrollment. And then the horizontal axis, grade level. Question number 3. What grade level has the largest enrollment and the least enrollment? Answer. Largest enrollment, kindergarten and grade 3. So they got 200 for kindergarten and 200 for grade 3. They have the same number of enrollment. And the least enrollment is grade 2. And number 4 questions. How many is the combined enrollment of kindergarten and grade 3? So to get the combined enrollment of kindergarten and grade 3, add the enrollment of kindergarten and grade 3. So 200 plus 200, you will get a total of 400 enrollees. For example, number 4, let us go back and compare Karim and Carla's graph of expenses in school by referring to the graph below, and let us answer the questions that follows. So this is the Karim's and Carla's daily expenses in school. Question, what is the title of the graph? Second, what does the scale in the y-axis represent? Okay, to answer number 1, the title of the graph is Karin and Carla's daily expenses in school. And question number 2, the answer is it represents the amount of their daily expenses. Okay, to continue, example number 4. So the question for number 3, in which day or days were Carla's expenses greater than Karin? Number 4 question, what is the difference between their expenses on Friday? Okay, so for number 3, let us answer. So the answer is Wednesday. Because last Wednesday, so Karin expenses is 10 pesos, while Carla's expenses is 15 pesos. So that means Carla's expenses is greater than Karin on that day. And then for number 4, what is the difference between the expenses on Friday? So the answer is 5 pesos because Karin's expenses is 35 while Carla's expenses is 30 pesos, so their difference is 5 pesos. For the development learning task 1, use the graph of the right to answer the question below. So here is the graph, comparison of plant growth. So what is the title of the graph? Number 2, what does the scale in y-axis represent? Okay, so let us answer learning task 1. So our answer will be based on the line graph. So what is the title of the graph? Comparison of plant growth. And what does the scale in y-axis represent? The height in centimeters. Okay, to continue, for number 3 question, what is the height of plant A and plant B at day 2? And for number 4 question, which plant shows great increase in height and why? Okay, so let us answer learning task 1, number 3 question. So what is the height of plant A and plant B at day 2? Okay, so plant A is 5 centimeters and plant B is 2.2 centimeters. So for number 4, which plant shows great increase in height and why? So plant A has the great increase in height because a plant needs sunlight in order to grow because plant A is a plant outside and the plant B is the plant near the window. And for number 5, what happened to the plant near the window? Okay, the plant B near the window shows the least increase in height because as I've said, plant needs sunlight in order to grow. For the engagement learning task 2, okay, here is the problem. Grade 5 Aris of Gatid Elementary School had their class elections last Monday for the position of secretary. Scarlett, Jelani, and Karin were nominated. In their class of 30 pupils, they gained the number of votes. Scarlett got 9, Jelani got 5, Karin got 14. Organize the data in the table and answer the questions that follows. So here is now the table of votes for secretary in grade 5 Aries. So we have Scarlett got 9 votes, Jelani got 5 votes, and Karin got 14 votes. So that is the table. Okay, so we will use the table to answer the following questions. So for number 1, how many grade 5 pupils voted for the election of secretary in grade 5 Aris? Second question, what is the total number of votes gained by Jelani and Karin? Okay, so let us answer number 1. So how many grade 5 pupils voted for the election of secretary in grade 5 Aries? So 9 pupils voted for Scarlett, 5 pupils voted for Jelani, and 14 pupils voted for Karin. So that is a total of 28 pupils. So that means 28 pupils voted in the election. Therefore, 2 pupils did not vote because grade 5 Aris has 30 pupils. Number 2, what is the total number of votes gained by Jelani and Karin? So the answer is for Jelani, she got 5 votes, and then for Karin, she got 14 votes. So for a total of 19 votes, or a total of 19 votes gained by Jelani and Karin. So for to continue, number 3 question, what is the difference in the number of Karin's and Scarlett's votes? And for number 4, if there is a total of 30 pupils in grade 5 Aris, how many pupils did not vote? Okay, so let us now answer number 3 questions. So what is the difference in the number of Karin's and Scarlett votes? So Karin got 14 votes and Scarlett got 9, so their difference is 5 votes. So the difference of votes between Karin and Scarlett is 5 votes. So if there is a total of 30 pupils in grade 5 Aris, how many pupils did not vote? So there are only 28 votes casted in the election. Therefore, 2 pupils did not vote. And to continue for question number 5, if all the students were present last Monday, who do you think will win the election for secretary? Okay, so the answer is Karin will still win in the election for secretary. For the simulation, for letter B, present the votes of the nominees using line graph. Use the rubrics below in giving scores for the graph. So here is the rubric. We have the ratings, description, So you will get 5 ratings if the graph has a complete parts. You will get 4 ratings if the graph has one missing part presented. And you will get 3 ratings if the graph has 2 missing parts presented. And you will get 2 ratings if the graph has 3 missing parts. And you will get 1 rating if the graph has 4 missing parts. And 0 if the learner did not draw a graph. So here is my sample answer. So we have this Scarlett, Shalani, and Karim. So they are the nominees. Then we have the number of votes. So from 0, 5, 10, 15, and then so for Scarlett, she got 9. For Jelani, she got 5. And for Karin, she got 14. And then let us connect by line segments. And then the title of this graph is the number of votes for secretary in grade 5 ARIS. So that is the sample line graph. So for learning task 3, study the table, then answer the questions that follows. So we have the title of the table is the height of the seedling. So this is the line graph. So for letter A, what is the difference in height of seedlings at day 5 compared to day 2? So for number 1, what is asked? Number 2, what facts are needed to solve the problem? Okay, so let us now answer number 1, what is asked in the problem. So the difference in height in seedling at day 5 as compared to day 2. And for number 2, what facts are needed to solve the problem? So we have day 2, 2 centimeters. Day 5, we have 5. Day 5 is 3 centimeters. So for question number 3, what operation will you use? And number 4, what is the number sentence? And to answer number 3 questions, in order to get the answer, we will use subtraction. And what is the number sentence? So for day 5 is 3 centimeters. And then for day 2 is 2 centimeters, so equals n. So 3 minus 2 equals n. That is the number sentence. And for number 5 question, what is the complete answer? And letter B, in what is the growth of seedlings in terms of height, highest, and the lowest? Okay, so to answer number 5 questions, the difference in height in seedlings at day 5 is as compared to day 2 is 1 centimeter. And for the highest growth of seedlings, day 5. And then the lowest is day 1. For the assessment, here is the problem. Mildred has an inventory for her daily sales of ice candy. So Monday, 300 pesos. Tuesday, 250 pesos. Wednesday, 150 pesos. Thursday is 250 pesos. And Friday is 500 pesos. So for letter A, using this inventory data, help Mildred organize them in tabular form. So here is my sample answer for the tabular form. So we have the Mildred's daily sale of ice candy, and then we have the 2 column, dates, and then amount in peso. So for Monday, 300, Tuesday, 250, Wednesday, 150, and Thursday, 250, and then Friday, 500 pesos. And then letter B, use the data in the table to construct a line graph. Use the rubric below in giving scores for the graph. So here is the rubric. So it is the same as the rubric that I have read a while ago. So for the ratings, 5, the graph has complete parts. Ratings of 4, the graph has one missing part presented. And for the ratings of 3, the graph has two missing parts presented. For the ratings of 2, the graph has three missing parts. And for the ratings of 1, the graph has four missing parts. And rating of 0, the learner did not draw a graph. So this is my sample line graph for the Mildred's daily sales of ice candy. So we have Monday 300, Tuesday 250, Wednesday 150, then Friday for 500. Okay, so let us use this line graph of Mildred to answer the following questions. For number 1, what day Mildred has the lowest sales? Number 2, what day she has the same amount of sales? And for number 3, what is Mildred's sale for Monday from Monday to Friday? Okay, let us now answer the following questions. So for number 1, what day Mildred has the lowest sale? So the answer is Wednesday. So as you can see in the graph, that Wednesday is the lowest sales she had. And then for number 2, what day she has the same amount of sales? So the answer is Tuesday and Thursdays. Because on Tuesday and Thursday, she got 250 sales. And for number 3, what is Mildred sales from Monday to Friday? So what you are going to do is just add the sales from Monday to Friday. So Monday is 300, Tuesday is 250, Wednesday is 150, Thursday is 250, and then Friday is 500. So that is a total of 1,450 pesos. That is the total sales of Mildred from Monday to Friday. And that concludes our discussion about the presentation and interpretation of data in a line graph with problem solving. I do hope that you learned a lot from our discussion this morning. Thank you very much and God bless everyone.